Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to Watchers Podcast with your hosts, Brad and Colson.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Are we square?
Four tails! Oh, Jesus, man, that's a culture.
And here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Brad, here with Colson Oliver.
Hello.
And today, we're doing a top 10.
It's Sunday's Top 10.
Now Colson, not every movie gets the same love.
True.
Some movies have a bigger budget, they get to do all these big advertisements, they're on Pepsi cans, they're Burger King toys, they're like superhero-shaped dildos.
That's right.
But then there's smaller movies or movies that maybe people just didn't go see for one reason or other. Maybe they're like, oh, that movie has, you know, like Kat Dennings in it or something. So
Right.
they just don't go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. That deserve more love. And that's what this top 10 is going to be about.
Okay.
The top 10 movies that deserve more love. Now, it sounds like I'm springing this on you for the first time.
Uh-huh.
We've discussed this already.
Yep.
You have 10, I have 10. If it's on our list somewhere higher, or your list somewhere higher, we'll talk about it when we get to it.
Sounds good.
I feel like none of these are going to be on the same
No,
list.
probably not.
No.
Now, before we get started, you mentioned big... Do you have any big movies on your list?
I don't think so. There's one that I don't remember if it was a big thing when it came out.
Okay.
But besides that, no.
I have two that I think are very big budget movies, and then a few that are like just don't get the love that are.
Yeah.
I have a controversial list. I'm wondering what you're going to think about it. But
Yeah, Fast and Furious 1 to 9.
exactly. Anyway,
And then Jungle to Jungle for number 10.
hey. Speaking of which, my number 10. No, it's not that. All right, you ready?
Yeah, your number
Okay.
10.
My number 10 is specifically for you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze. You need to show this movie more love.
I guess I do. I don't hate this movie.
I know.
I just don't like that they don't use their
I
weapons.
know. You had told me they don't use their weapons in it. And then I sent you a video clip of, I can't remember if it's Donatello who uses his stick.
Yeah.
Once.
Yep.
It's the only thing that, it's something like that. You're like, that's one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. It's true. They don't, I just watched it a few months ago.
Yeah, they use toys and stuff, but
like,
never their weapons.
Never their weapons, other than the one.
I want a gritty reboot of the Turtles where
you
they're
go.
like impaling people,
Yeah.
like, cutting heads off.
There you go. That'd be great.
Awesome.
That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, so my number 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
Great pick.
Thank you.
My number 10. This one I put on the list because it's a James Gunn movie.
Okay.
He's gone on to become super popular.
Right.
Doing Suicide Squads and Guardians of the Galaxy. Before he did that, he did a little superhero movie called Super.
Okay.
Kind of in the same vein as like Kick-Ass, where a regular guy decides he's going to be a superhero.
Right.
Played by Rainn Wilson. And has the best catchphrase in all of movie history.
Okay.
Shut up, crime.
There you go.
This one's gory as hell.
Oh, nice.
And it's just a lot of fun. Really funny.
Okay.
Recommended.
Good. My number 9, Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, so the reason I picked it is because it's not even close to the original.
No.
But it's not as bad as people seem to not love this movie.
I like 3 more than 2.
I like 3 more than... I think 3 might be my second favorite of all of them. It uses a lot of the practical effects that we saw in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Spielberg. It's a lot shorter. It's only like an hour and 28 minutes or something like that. But yeah, I people don't seem to like this movie. You get new dinosaurs and stuff.
This one has one of my favorite scenes where they're like, we're in a bird cage.
That's right.
And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
birds.
It's so well done.
Yeah, I like it. And, I just see a lot of... Like, it's rated like 5.2 on IMDb or something like that.
Yeah, that's too low.
It seems low, so...
I agree.
Yeah, that's my number 9.
My number 9 is an Amazon movie, Palm Springs.
Okay. Heard of this, haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Andy Samberg, J. Jonah Jameson, what's his name? From Whiplash. J.K. Simmons.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of those kind of like Groundhog Day movies where it keeps repeating, but it kind of has a cool twist.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. I think you would like it.
Haven't got around to it, but... My number 8, movie called Bulletproof. Do you know what this is?
No.
Okay. Now, I don't expect you to know it because you're not the biggest Adam Sandler fan. If I say Adam Sandler's Bulletproof, does that mean anything to you?
Who's Adam Sandler?
Exactly. This movie came out right in the midst of his... huge blow up in the 90s, right? You get Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, The Waterboy, all those movies.
Never heard of them.
This one, nobody mentions. Bulletproof. It's, I think it's rated R, where his other ones are more family friendly-ish, or for like 12 or 13-year-olds. This one, it's rated R.
Huh.
It's a good movie.
Comedy as well?
Comedy, yeah. It's got him and Damon Wayans.
Oh, okay.
He plays Damon Wayans as an undercover cop. I'm not spoiling anything. That happens in like the first few minutes of the movie. But yeah, he's essentially got to transport him back to where there's non-dirty cops. It's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. I like it. And nobody... When you mention Sandler, nobody talks about this movie.
No, never even heard of it.
Yeah, that's why I think it needs more love.
Yes.
You're number 8.
My number 8 is a movie both of us really enjoyed.
Okay.
We reviewed this one, Dark and the Wicked.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a horror fan, you need to watch this movie.
I agree, yeah.
It's so creepy. The atmosphere is awesome. Got some really shocking scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much unlike anything I've really seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It has that creepy, slow burn feel, but things do happen pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the last movies to actually really be like, ugh,
yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Good.
That's my number 8.
Good choice. My number 7, from 2013, Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, okay.
So this is, I believe it's called Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Mm-hmm.
People fucking hate this movie. They hate it. And honestly, it has some severe flaws. Like timeline issues that are so, wow, that is a big timeline issue. That it's, but you get past that, it's a fuck. And the cheesy, horrendous one line that said, I won't say it now, but it's bad. The movie itself, though, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's got some good kills. The Leatherface looks good. It's a fun watch.
That's awesome. I wonder how much more people would enjoy movies if they use them as a standalone movie.
Right.
Like instead of being like, well, this was supposed to happen. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I do it too.
I think, yeah.
Like everybody that's like a big movie fan, I think, does it.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to just like separate it
right.
as like its own thing.
Right.
Yeah. But then there's things like Halloween Kills where you're like, this is part of a bigger thing.
Right.
And you need to combine it to make it better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah. My number 7. Your number 7.
My number 7 was a movie that came out on Netflix. I believe this was during like early on in the pandemic while everyone was in isolation.
Okay.
The Platform.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
I think you had recommended it or had said something and I was like, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
So.
The like message is very blatantly obvious.
Right. Yes.
But basically there's this tower with I forget how many levels. It's
hundreds,
insane.
I think.
Yeah. And there's this huge banquet table full of like anything you could imagine.
Yeah.
Food. It starts at the top floor. Those people get a chance to eat. And then it just keeps going lower and lower.
Yeah.
As it goes down, you are left with whatever scraps are left on the table.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I've noticed there's a cooking show out now, like a competition show that uses the same formula,
That's
basically.
True. That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I like The Platform.
It's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it gets very wild.
It does. My number 6 is the biggest budgeted movie on my list, and I believe it is considered one of the biggest flops in movie history.
Oh,
that is
Giggly.
Waterworld.
Oh.
People don't like this movie. I don't know if people didn't like it and have never gone back to it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go back to it. It's a fucking bad, good movie. It's really fun. Kevin Costner, he's great. It's Waterworld.
Yeah.
It's a fun action adventure movie.
I don't know if I've ever watched all of Waterworld.
Okay.
Maybe the people that hate it played the normal Nintendo game, like on the NES, because it was really bad. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot, and just the overwhelming hate that you see is like, I don't know, people, you gotta give it another shot.
Yeah, it's funny. With movies, there's usually no middle ground.
Right.
You either love it or you hate it. Yeah. Very rarely do you see people like, it was okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Like... They can't weigh it one way or the other.
Right. Yeah. Your number 6.
Number 6. I picked this one mainly because Scream 5 is kind of big right now. Like everyone's watching it now that it's out on video and stuff like that. And that's Ready or Not. Same directors. A very like standout role for Samara Weaving. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You see her just playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
With her super rich new in-laws.
That's right.
And if they find her, they kill her.
Yep.
Simple premise. It's so over the top and really funny.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good. And there's some shit in there some good twists and stuff that you don't really see.
And it's very rewatchable.
Yeah, for sure. My number 5, Insomnia.
Oh, I forgot all about Insomnia.
Okay, so now this is a well-liked movie. Mm-hmm. It's rated fairly high. However, people forget about it. Now, maybe this should have been on the, hey, don't forget this movie list.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing. You need to show this movie some love. Christopher Nolan directed, which is strange when you think about what he has done. This doesn't really fit his, especially as of late, when you think of Interstellar and the Dark Knight movies and the Magician one.
But it kind of fits into like his time manipulation.
That's
stuff.
Right. Yeah. So Insomnia, it's great. Al Pacino, Robin Williams, I think they're great in it.
Yeah.
It's a fun watch. I watch it a lot, and like I say, it is highly rated. And it's just not talked a lot about by anybody.
Yeah.
So, my number 5.
My number 5, another movie that we talked about, Swallow.
Swallow. No, we didn't. You watched this, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the one where the woman eats things, like pins and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it.
For some reason, I thought we reviewed this, but I guess not.
You had talked about it. I'm excited.
Yeah. She has like an addiction to swallowing things.
Right.
You wouldn't think they could make a whole movie about this, but whew,
Yeah.
it's probably one of the most uncomfortable watches I've ever watched.
I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, it's really good. Beautifully shot, great acting. Yeah, it's wild.
Okay. My number 4, The Burbs,
Oh,
with Tom Hanks. Again, another comedy that people don't
yeah.
ever mention. I don't even know if they have seen it. A lot of
A
people.
lot of people, yeah.
It's rated low. It's like a 5.5 on IMDb.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I love this movie. And it may be one of those ones that I watched growing up, so I have that connection to it where other people
Yeah.
watch it and they're like, yeah, that's fine.
But it does have that kind of like early 90s feel,
Yeah.
like that kind of like a Dennis the Menace
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
That a little bit darker than that, but that kind of fun.
Yeah. This movie made me want to live in like a cul-de-sac suburb
Yeah,
area.
it's so good.
Yeah.
And you got Corey Feldman.
Yep. Corey Feldman, Bruce Dern.
Yeah.
Younger Bruce Dern, even though he's old in it.
Yeah, he's great in this.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're number 4.
My number 4 is a movie that was on Netflix in the early days of Netflix
Okay.
here in Canada. It wasn't quite like the US. We didn't have many good movies at the time.
Right.
I remember getting Netflix and being like, oh, wow, there's going to be so many great things to watch. And then I'm like, oh, we don't have anything yet.
Yeah.
This one stood out, though. Bronson.
Okay.
I really like this movie. It's Tom Hardy before you knew Tom Hardy from all the other stuff he's been in lately,
Yeah.
like Venom and stuff.
Yeah.
He's basically telling his own life story as Charles Bronson, one of the most notorious, expensive criminals
Right.
that's ever been in jail. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly funny, and you get to see like Tom Hardy like on a full spectrum of acting,
Right.
because he's like wacky and silly, and then the next scene he's scary.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Yeah.
You're number 3.
My number 3, Friday the 13th from 2009.
Okay.
So this is the reboot, I guess they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think fans of the franchise like the movie, some of them.
Yep.
But when you see those fans, it's a thing where Friday the 13th fans will put it at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, it's like me with Scream. Like, I still like these movies, but
Yeah.
it's down here. I think, like, for me, it's in the top.
Oh, okay.
And I think it should be in the top for other people. I don't know. Maybe they only watched it once and they didn't like it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Go back, watch it again. It's a
Yeah.
fun one.
And a problem too. It came out in 2013. You said?
2009.
Oh, 2009. I don't know where I got 2013.
Probably from 13th. Friday
That's
the
probably
13th,
it.
maybe.
You have a lot of people that probably never even watched the originals,
Mm-hmm.
and then they watch this, have no nostalgia or connection, or
Yeah, that's true.
don't catch any like winks and nods to the fans, and they're just like, "Oh, this sucks."
And I will say that this one was hurt. It opened up at number 1 in the box office, and by week 2, it had the highest drop off of any movie in history. I think
jeez.
it dropped like 88%.
Wow.
It made like 100 million the first weekend, and then the next weekend it made like 7 million.
Wow,
It was just like it's like one of those ones, you know.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a fun watch, though. Check it out. Your number 3.
My number 3 is a movie called Fighting with My Family. It stars Florence Pugh. She plays a real life, I gotta word this correctly, a real life professional wrestler from the WWE named Paige.
Right.
And it's kind of her journey from like her little like wrestling promotion that her parents run
Right.
in like England
Yeah.
to her making it all the way to the big time and like becoming a wrestler.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are like, "Oh, pro wrestling, that sounds stupid. I'm not going to watch this."
Yeah.
But the story itself's really good. There's like a lot of family drama stuff. It's not a ton of wrestling. Like there's a lot of her training and stuff.
Right.
And the trainer's played by Vince Vaughn, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty lighthearted movie.
Yeah.
But there is some heavy themes in it too.
Right.
It's really good.
Okay. My number 2.
Mm-hmm.
This might be on your list.
I don't think so.
Okay. The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh shit! It was. No, I'm kidding.
You actually turned me on to this one.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's liked, but maybe people just don't know of it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of buzz about this movie.
Yeah, and it maybe Shia LaBeouf turns people off.
I think so.
But he's fantastic in it.
Yeah.
The guy who plays with him.
Zach something.
Yeah, I can't remember. He's great.
He is.
And the story itself, it's a great story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another wrestling movie.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But yeah, you had talked about it at one point, and I think it's on Netflix. I think
it's either Netflix or Prime.
Prime, yeah, one of those, because
Yeah.
I see it pop up every so often. But if you haven't checked this one out, for sure,
Yeah.
look into it, because
I
it
love
is
it.
a good watch. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just so much. Like it's super super funny.
Yeah.
But it's like really touching.
For
and, like,
sure.
it's great.
Yeah. So yeah, it's my number 2.
My number 2, probably my highest budgeted film
Okay.
on this list, I would have to think. And I don't know if this one was big when it came out, I can't remember,
Okay.
but it's from the Wachowskis,
Okay.
and they've done like the Matrix movies and stuff like that, and that's
Right.
all you ever really hear about from them. But they also did Speed Racer,
Okay.
and I think this movie is really good.
Yeah. I haven't seen this one,
No.
but I do know. I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You should see it. You should try and see it on Blu-ray if possible.
Okay.
I don't think it's out on 4K yet, but if it ever is, I feel like it would be a must-buy.
Okay.
Because, like, it's one of the prettiest movies. Like,
Right.
There's so many bright colors and, like...
Is this the one with Emile Hirsch?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I do know the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but
And John Goodman.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It follows the story from the anime pretty good. Like, I didn't watch a whole lot of the Speed Racer cartoon, but from what I knew, it was there.
Okay.
I recently started watching this one with my kids. They were into it, and then we had to go somewhere, so they
Right.
never finished it. But
Okay.
they liked it too. So it is like a family movie you can sit down and watch. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that one out at some point.
Yeah.
My number 1. Now I'm split here. I had 2 that I couldn't decide on.
Okay.
I'm picking the one that I have here, and that is The Departed. Now this again, super controversial. This movie won Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's won Best Director, Best Writing. However, when people heard that this movie won Best Picture and Best Director for Scorsese, they're like, "Oh, it's a makeup." They're giving it to him because he didn't win for Raging Bull or Goodfellas or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just not fair to this movie. I know you hate this movie.
But I've only watched it once.
Right.
And it's been like more than 10 years ago.
Yeah. So people take out the Scorsese aspect of it and the fact that it did win. I mean, how can a movie that need more love when it won Best Picture and is loved? But people need to stop saying that this was a makeup for not giving it to him for Goodfellas or for Taxi Driver or Raging Bull or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because it is a really good movie.
I guess.
But that's my number 1. So yeah, your number 1?
My number 1 is also The Departed.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
love this movie so much.
Finally some fucking...
Everybody that I know says this movie's the most boring movie they've ever watched. That it just drags on forever and nothing happens until they get in an elevator.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I disagree.
That's good.
And my number 1 is one of Michael Keaton's best movies,
Okay.
The Founder.
Oh yeah, I fucking love The Founder. That's a great movie.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It's about him basically stealing McDonald's
Yeah, 100%.
from the actual owners.
Yeah.
It's like an actual story of how McDonald's became...
Yeah, a milkshake
McDonald's.
salesman gets fast
Yeah.
food, and if you haven't watched it, I think a preview on Netflix plays it, where
Yeah.
he's like, they're like, here's your food, and he's like, oh, that can't be mine. And they're like, no, this is yours, and he's like, I just ordered it. They're like, no, it's yours. He's like,
Yeah.
well, where do I eat it? They're like, I don't know, your car? On the bench? In a park? It's like such a great...
It's so good.
So good.
And he's perfect in this.
For sure.
Like, whenever I watched it, it's like, oh, like he's going to get nominated for awards and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was just nothing really said about it.
Yeah, no. I randomly picked this one day on Netflix, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it
it's
so much I bought
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ray Parks, maybe? Or something? Ray something?
Who,
Like
the...
Michael Keaton's character?
Croc.
Ray
Ray
Kroc.
Kroc.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a slime ball.
He is. He's so gross.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of fault the brothers themselves, because they're not... He mentioned, like, they're not cut out for it. The business of it.
It's right. Yeah.
You want to feel bad for these McDonald guys, but at the same time, you're pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, and they were just digging their heels in on everything.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't willing to change.
Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for this week. Tune in next week. Make sure you are following us so that you're getting all our newest episodes.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with something a little bit different. Bye.